Hi guys! So you should be really happy because I actually did my makeup right now, and that's why I'm filming this video for you guys, because I did my makeup for the first time in like a week. But anyway, I kind of just wanted to talk about something real quick, and I know they say that every time, so I'll just get to it then. I started steroids, again, prednisone, about like a week ago, and since then, obviously, if you've been on prednisone, if you're on prednisone, you know that it definitely takes a large toll on your body no matter how high the dose is. Obviously, the higher the dose, the more aggressive it is. So like for me, I'm only on 20 milligrams. However, I have insomnia, I want to eat more, my stomach is bloated, my face is a little chubby. Obviously, if you just look at me right now, like my face looks fine, but compared to what it normally looks like, it's like a little bit puffy, and it's not annoying to anyone. It's just annoying to the person going through it because your body's changing in not a pleasant way, and it's just kind of annoying, you know? Well, just the main ones that happen for me is weight gain, water retention, bloat, insomnia. You're freaking hungry 24/7. It doesn't matter if I'm on 10, 20, 30, 60, 100. I want to eat all the time. And it might just be a mental thing, like, oh, I'm on prednisone, I want to eat. But I swear my stomach growls constantly whenever I'm on prednisone. So he wanted to put me on prednisone to kind of like slow the process of my lupus attacking it again, because my percentage of my kidney function is so low, like 9 to 10%, that they don't want my lupus to start acting up again and attack it more, and then something really bad happens. So my lupus was in remission like January to February, and now it's starting to come out a little bit, so they're putting me back on prednisone to kind of subside the lupus a little bit. I don't think that's the right word to use, but there you go. Also, this is really bothering me, but this like background, like, it's so unattractive to look at. Anyway, so basically I've been on steroids a couple times in my life. Obviously, every time it's been pretty high doses. The first time I ever got on it was when I was 13 years old, and that was when I got diagnosed and all that in the hospital. I was on nothing, and then I woke up and I went into the hospital, into the surgery to get chest tubes. I was 116 pounds. I woke up from like a nap and I was over 100 and like 45 pounds, something like that. And so I'll show right now. So disclaimer, I've always been very insecure about this, and like being like a little 14-year-old, 15, like just in high school, freshman, and like no one else my age looked like this, and no one really like talked about stretch marks and all that. And I was always super skinny, so if people would see them, they would be like, well, why do you have that? You're so skinny. Like, did you used to be fat? And like, it's like I don't even have to explain myself, but it just made me feel really weird because like they were really dark purple for a long period of time. Now they've lightened up a lot. It's been like 9 years this year, so they've lightened up a lot. But it's always been a really big insecurity, because not only are they like there, but they added like looser skin to where they are. So I'll just show you my stretch marks right now. Mind you, I'm kind of bloated because of my steroids, but you know what, who cares? This is real, this is me, I don't really care. So all right, so like this is what they look like. I don't know if you could really see it, but yeah, they're like all over my body, my tummy, all over the tummy. And then there's some on my legs, on the outside of my legs. I'm so pale, you can't even see it. I'm so pale. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. But yeah, it's like on the outside of mostly my stomach, but then outside, inside of my legs. I have like one stripe on my on my arms. There's like one stripe on my back. But yeah, and that was from high doses of steroids that they did through the IV. And then obviously I was on steroids for like a long time after that, and it took me, I would say, like 6 months to fully get back to normal once I stopped, once I completely stopped. So once you're on steroids, like say you're starting at 60, like you can't just, and they say we're gonna stop this, you don't need the steroids anymore, you can't just stop, you have to taper down. So it'd be 1 week 50, 1 week 40, 1 week 30, and go all the way back down to nothing. So that's kind of the frustrating thing about steroids, because then it stays in your system so much longer. If you suddenly stop them, that's horrible, and you would have a lot of side effects from that. The next time I was on steroids was like many years later, in 2016, when I flared for the first time, and I got put on, I think 40 or 60, and again same thing happened. Didn't like blow up like that because it wasn't that much. It was just 60 milligrams, and got bloated, my face got bloated, all the other side effects same as before. But then that was a quick about like 2 weeks on it, and then I was done. And then this last time I was on 60, and then when I went in the hospital they did it through the IV, which was at like over 100. And then I went back out when I was out of the hospital. I was on 60 for like 2-3 months, and then I started tapering down from there, and then now I'm back on them at 20. So yeah, steroids, they're a great, horrible thing. They're not a great thing, they're a horrible thing. But right now that's like the biggest thing that people use for people with an autoimmune disease when it's flaring, and you know, you just got to deal with it. I know, like, people, every time I have to go on steroids I start like crying and be emotional and be stuff because I'm sad about my image of how I look. And it's like, it's frustrating because how you look obviously affects you, but at the end of the day, would you rather look a little funny to you, because you probably don't look funny to anyone else, for like a month and be healthy, or would you rather look normal and be feeling like shit? So I just have to keep telling myself that. You just gotta keep telling yourself that. And that's kind of just all I wanted to say. I really want to just put this out there real quick and just kind of share that with you guys, because it's been on my mind. It's not been stressing me out, but it's just been like, all I think about is like, oh my gosh, my face is just so round. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And now I look at myself and it's really not that bad. Maybe it's the makeup covering it up, but but yeah, so just love yourself. Who cares? Steroids suck, but at least you'll feel better, you know? Alright, so check out the next video and look for it, because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be with my best friend forever, Estef.